So this is the trouble. When we have codependence with spirits, it's like we believe they're giving us a gift. When all the spirits around us are attacking us, then you know it's not a gift, right? And it just feels bad. But when they give you gifts, or what you feel are gifts, driven by addiction, you'll think it's good. And so giving it up is going to be much, much harder. So an example of that is where spirits tell you what other people think. And they've done that for you your whole life. A lot of people who are in that state think it's wonderful. They know what everybody thinks around them. Right? And we know some people who come along to this group that are just exactly like that. The spirits with them tell them what everybody's thinking all the time. Right? So they think it's wonderful. Because they think it's wonderful, it's going to be very hard to give up. Very difficult to give up. Of course, not all of what they're telling you is factual. But often it does turn out to be factual, and you can it's a power thing. It's to do with the addiction to power. So people like that have an addiction to power, and they like the power that knowing things gives them. And an addiction, a spirit who loves them wouldn't do it because they know they're meeting a bad addiction, so they wouldn't do it. But a spirit who doesn't care for them very much will do it because they want to meet the addiction, make them feel more powerful. The spirit gets something out of it too, because the more people that the powerful person on earth can dominate, the more the spirit gets what they want through people. So the spirit, it's very hard to give up an addiction like that. Very hard to give up a spirit influence like that. So when all you've done all your life has been attacked by spirits, and there's some that are in that space because in their childhood they've been abused as children, have been harmed as children, whether it's verbal, sexual or emotional abuse as children, they're very prone to being abused by spirits. But it also is much easier to give up because you don't like it. Right? Once you realise how to give it up, you can give it up quite easily, and there's no personal attachment to it so much anymore.
So something good you can do for yourself is ask, what are the types of spirit interactions that I'm having? What feelings am I getting? What feelings am I trying to avoid in my interactions? And as Jesus said at the start of the group, it's going to be very similar to the interactions you're having with people on earth, but often we're just as detuned from what we're getting and trying to avoid in those relationships as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. We think it's about a whole other thing entirely.
Yeah.
Oh, I spend time with Sandra because she likes divine truth. She loves nature. It could be something completely different that is emotionally happening between us that causes our attraction to each other.
Yeah.
Usually is.
Yeah.